Hey guys, it's me, JShaw71, and unfortunately, it seems like we may be headed for another crash with all these acquisitions and mergers and people losing their jobs. It feels like that, and I don't know if it's true or not, and I may be getting the cart before the horse here, but I can't help but think I need to look back and see what happened to the industry if there were any acquisitions and mergers like this right before in '83, right before the crash of '83, and we've got companies not listening to fans. We've got mergers and acquisitions, and people, thousands of people in some cases, losing their jobs because of said acquisitions and mergers. We've got an industry that wants to grow, but it doesn't want to listen to its fans, and I don't think anything good can happen in that case. And I hope that they listen, but they're not going to because they want more live service. They want more continuous revenue over the course of however long it takes. Like, just I can't imagine this is going any. I can't see where this is going to end anywhere well and good. But here we are in the middle of it, more or less. People that have been here for a while, like me, my first system was the Atari 2600, the first real video game machine. I mean, yeah, there's the Odyssey, but it was kind of a mess. It had no on-screen graphics. You had to put not a little, a plastic screen over your TV, kind of like how you did with the Vectrex for color. But with the Odyssey, you had to put that screen over your screen. And when I say screen, I mean like a plastic film that for graphics. And all it had were basically like squares at different shapes and sizes, more or less. You know, maybe there was some circles in there, but I can't remember. But that's on another tangent entirely different than this. It's just that I'm worried. I've not really been able to take part in this generation so far. Hardly had the money to take part in the previous one, and I still care about games and gaming, and watch, been watching the stuff unfold for 10 years. It feels like with Sony. Who was it? The guy who just left? Was it him who took out the idea of going backwards compatible with the PlayStation, or was that someone else before him or in between? Um, he left and didn't really give a damn and visited a developer. I hope, I truly hope that he got the call after he met with them, and instead of going there knowing full well the developer that he was visiting was going to be closed. We've also got other developers closing or nixing other developers' projects and games. Freaking Bungie canceled both Dreams and The Last of Us Factions 2 is what I call it, or The Last of Us multiplayer, which is ridiculous after all that time and money spent. They couldn't even finish the game. They had trouble finishing it in the first place. They have had a problem finishing. They had a big idea with the first one. It was supposed to be like a big open world like they were planning with The Last of Us multiplayer. But then it got downsized, you could say, to Last of Us Factions, Last of Us 1 Factions. And while it was an online mode, I wouldn't say it was a good one, but people are still playing it today, I guess, which is good. I don't want to bemoan their success. I don't know if they've had some success with it. They've also had some problems with like um, community uh, management. Is that the word I'm looking for? But they more or less, it's kind of just existing still with Naughty Dog and The Last of Us factions, and who knows, maybe shut down sometime soon. Basically, what they did instead of that open world game, in case you didn't know, they basically took the levels from the single player game and put them in a multiplayer format, which isn't the best idea. Guess it's better than nothing. I don't know how much money they made off the microtransactions once they started putting them in, like the weapons and the animations and the gear bundles, and I don't know how much they made from that. If it's enough to keep the game afloat, I guess it is because it's still afloat now. So, but just the idea of possibly fighting in a post-apocalyptic, what was it, San Diego, in The Last of Us multiplayer sounded cool. Sounded really cool, and I had some ideas what I thought might happen or what should have happened while development was going on. Let me know if you want to hear that, and I'll do another video kind of like this, but different. Um, Hope you guys are well. It's been a while since I made another video. I know, I'm aware, but I just thought I'd talk about this and probably maybe do a few more videos about different things that I like, such as animated series and animated series. Mainly X-Men 97 is what's on my mind right now. How about you guys? Have you checked it out? What do you think about it? What do you not think about it? But this is about, the gaming landscape at the moment, and it's looking kind of barren. We've got we've got these activist gamers that want to purge normal gamers and put them all in one, I guess, audience or whatever, and that's not going to help anyone but them, and it may not even help them in the end. Who knows? But that's my thoughts on the situation at hand. It's just nuts. Sega's laid off people. Um, I don't know what to say about it all. Like, Sega's becoming a publisher, kind of like has been becoming a publisher, kind of like Square Enix has been semi lately. But they still got their games. Square Enix still has Final Fantasy, and Sega still has Sonic. And speaking of games, I want to do maybe a reaction video to the announcement from a few months ago about the Sega. What was it called? I'm gonna Sega Retro thing for supposedly new Sega games, new new Sega games that are old, kind of like a new version of Sega Ages, it seems. Which sounds good in theory, but how well will it work out? What I'd like to see is an Alien Syndrome done in like a Sega Ages style. Maybe a first person, maybe a third person, maybe both. So you can choose how you want to see it. But yeah, Alien Syndrome has been really dormant. Really, really. There was that Wii version that came out a while ago, quite a while ago, what, 15 years ago or something? And I didn't get into it much. But I'll have to check it out and see what it looks like and how it plays. I lost most of my games, so I don't have much to play right now. I've got some modern stuff, but not much more on my PS4. But this is what I've been thinking, and what have you guys been thinking about the gaming landscape lately? What do you feel about the hirings and firings lately of different people and play in different people in different places? What do you think's going to happen in, say, another 5 years if the industry continues in its current course, which is basically, I guess, live service models?